All right, Cam Buford here, voice of the fans. I got my man Keith Idec with me actually. Hey, Keith, how you doing?
Good, Cameron.
Nice to see you again,
Great
big
to
guy.
see you too, man.
If they didn't know, you're a boxing reporter, been covering boxing for many years now. You're with the boxing scene now?
Yeah, so that's I was at the Record and the Herald News newspapers in New Jersey for 23 years. And so I left the paper. I took a severance package from the paper almost 5 years ago now. And it's worked out wonderfully because Viacom CBS now owns Boxing Scene, and so I work for Viacom CBS, which is one of the best news organizations in the world, and it's a tremendous company to work for. So not too many jobs in the world covering boxing full time, and I have one of them. So again, just very thankful for that.
Just a few, only a few of you guys. So I appreciate you sitting down, man. I want to pick your brain about some of the big fights we have coming up in the summer of 2021. Right. But then you're going to Miami for Mayweather Paul.
Yeah, I'll be home for 2 glorious days in between the 2 flights there, but all part of the job, of course. But yeah, the Mayweather Paul spectacle, it kind of is what it is. You know, it's not what I prefer to cover as a boxing reporter, but I'll say this: it generates a lot of interest. It generates a lot of traffic on our website. People are still enamored with Floyd Mayweather. You know, almost 4 years after he kind of retired, I guess, whatever, for the 3rd time. You know, I'm not a big influencer YouTube guy, but Logan Paul is extremely popular. I don't think he has really any chance to beat Floyd Mayweather.
No. Yeah. I don't think he'll get touched unless Floyd really wants him. Floyd really wants him to get a hit. I don't think he's going to get a hit.
And we've seen Logan Paul box. It's not very good, of course, right? I mean, he lost to KSI and that, whatever that was. But
what do you think about the? They have some legit. Badu Jack is on the undercard. Chad Johnson on the undercard, whatever. But they're trying to package this fight around some good undercard fights to kind of keep the boxing fans interested in the card, and then obviously have so they're kind of doubling up with the boxing fans and then the YouTube fans on watching the main event. What's your thoughts on this? Is this an evolution of or unification of these two worlds coming together to kind of put on these promotional events? Do you see it like that?
In the short term, because it's working. I don't know how much longer, especially as it pertains to Floyd Mayweather, where he's not going to be 49 years old doing this. I certainly hope not. He's 44 now, and still feels physically like he can do it. But I think in the short term, if it's going to make money, boxing promoters, networks, streaming services, they're all going to jump on board with this because it's making money. I mean, Showtime is now in business with Jake Paul. Yeah. So that they're going to his next fight is going to be a Showtime pay-per-view event. I didn't really see that coming, to be honest with you, because they're not. I mean, while they have a deal with Bellator MMA, they're a legitimate boxing, one of the biggest boxing broadcasters in the world. So that surprised me a little, but I think it speaks to kind of the changing landscape in boxing. And as you alluded to, if people are interested in this, maybe there's going to be some more hybrid type of cards, and that on this card, I am very interested in the Badu Jack John Pascal fight, because their first fight was pretty entertaining. It was really close. It could have gone either way. Both guys scored knockdowns. They're both older, but they're about the same age, so they're kind of comparable at this point, and they're very evenly matched. And I think that's going to be a very good fight. The Jarrett Hurd Luis Arias fight, Luis Arias has failed whenever he's stepped up. I mean, it's a decent fight, but he has been beaten by Daniel Jacobs and Luke Keeler, and I don't expect him to give Jarrett Hurd too much trouble, but Jarrett Hurd is one of the best junior middleweights in the world, so that's another fight on there. The Ocho Cinco fight, who knows what to make of that?
Who is he fighting?
Brian Maxwell is the guy's name. He's to be polite, he's not a successful boxer, and he has not been a successful MMA fighter. But who do you expect Chad Johnson to fight? And, I mean, he's never boxed before, so he's not going to fight someone. It's a cruiserweight fight. I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I mean, Chad Johnson is generally an entertaining person for the most part.
Well, we're going to have to follow you for your feedback. We'll let the people know how they can follow you, where they can find your writing, your information.
I'm a senior writer and columnist for BoxingScene.com, and my Twitter handle is just my last name. It's at Idec, IDEC Boxing, at Idec Boxing. So it's pretty simple.
Okay. Instagram.
I don't have Instagram.
Okay.
Probably just because I'm an old man.
Hey, that's okay. I'm working on mine. I'm working on
We'll
mine.
help each other out with the Instagram thing. You know?
Well.